Okay everyone, welcome back. I forget what part this is on. This has been the longest review ever of the campaign of Crysis 2. And I want to talk a little bit about that great game review I just spent 2 parts going over. This is a perfect example, ladies and gentlemen, of why I do what I do. This is why I'm so dedicated to doing these game reviews and why when I started the channel it was all about the game reviews. Because plain and simply, these professional review companies lie. They lie directly to you, the consumer, and it's an attempt to make money by selling the game. I mean, this review, there was so much wrong with it that wasn't actually true that I couldn't believe it when I first read it, and that's why I had to share this with you, because I really want you guys to understand what I do. I want you to understand why that this very game review is what? This is the 7th or 8th part now. I want you to understand why I'm spending the kind of time that I do on the games, because these are intended for you guys who are looking to buy this game or play the game and you want to know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Well, if you read these professional review companies like IGN, like GameSpot, like all these other ones, you're not getting the truth. And unfortunately, these are the most popular ones, and these are the game review companies that us, the consumers, go off of for their games. And unfortunately, they lie and they don't tell the truth. So I don't read these reviews anymore. And if I do, I read them for kicks because I know that they're not telling the truth. And as you could see, this one obviously was one of the most blatant, examples that I've ever seen of exactly that, of this company lying directly to the consumer's face. And this is why I'm dedicated to what I do. This is why my game reviews set myself apart from almost everybody else, because I will take the time to go to a part 8, 9, 10, however long it takes, so that you guys know exactly what the games are about and exactly why companies like IGN and all these other companies lie. And plain and simply, I don't. I give you my honest opinions, some facts even, about the games that I play, and this person rated the game a 9 out of 10. Now, to me, if you're going to rate a game a 9 out of 10, or anything between 9 and 10, that means the game is approaching perfection, which is a 10. This game is doing the exact opposite. It's falling further and further. It actually regressed in terms of first-person shooters nowadays, with the bugs and the glitches and the awful plot and all that other stuff in it. It regressed. It really did. It took a step or 3 steps backwards to where first-person shooters should be now in 2011. So approaching perfection is a joke. And this is another thing. These game review companies, they just throw out ratings like, potato chips to any game. Especially IGN. I don't listen to anything those people say, because A, they are way too harsh on games that don't deserve it, and they're also way too lenient, and they blow up games way too much, especially for games that don't deserve it, like like Crysis 2, for instance. So pretty much they're completely backwards in all the games that they review. So IGN lies, and you'll see in all my game reviews, the only game that I've given above a 9 on is Dead Space 2. Because yeah, I thought that game was really close to being a perfect kind of game. If you watched my review of Fallout New Vegas, if I had rated that game just based on how much fun I had playing the game, I would have given the game like a 9.8. But I didn't even give it a 9. Why? Because of the bugs and the glitches in the game, which to me were frustrating, but guess what? I got over them. I didn't really care. But at the same time, I can't let my feelings of the fact that I could get over them, I couldn't just throw that and brush it under the rug. I had to address it, because for a lot of other people, they can't take that kind of stuff. That's why I didn't give the game a 9, I gave it an 8.5, because of the bugs and the glitches and the freezing. I couldn't give it over a 9 because it wasn't approaching perfection, because it had all of these problems. And for this company to give this game a 9 is completely mind-boggling to me, and they should be ashamed. This is a shameful review. They spent an entire paragraph talking about cascading light or whatever the hell they were talking about, and it's bad. It's a bad review, It's a deceitful review, and it's a review in order to sell this game, Crysis 2. So I'm going to be honest here. If you want game reviews, come to this channel. Tell your friends that if they want game reviews, come to my channel. I'm serious, because tell them not to read this garbage, because it's not truthful, and you're going to wind up wasting your money and your time playing a game that is not at all like they say it is in the game review. So yeah, if you guys want those real game reviews, come to my channel, direct your friends to my channel, direct anybody you know to my channel for game reviews without spoilers if you're thinking about playing the game, because these are honest reviews. These are reviews from someone who's played the game, a consumer who doesn't want you ripped off. So come to this channel for game reviews. These people lie, okay? And we'll leave it at that. So that was all the campaign. So now moving on to the multiplayer. I did not play a tremendous amount of multiplayer. I wanted to put some time into it, but the weekend did not allow me as such, and I have to bring the game to the post office today so I can get it out and get home front next weekend. But from what I have played of it and what I've seen, it's very similar to Call of Duty. Pretty much kind of the same scenarios. You've got kill streaks, which are very stupidly run, by the way. Basically, the way the kill streaks work, you don't just get a kill streak by getting a real kill streak. So if you kill 3 people in a row, you don't get the 3 kill streak. You have to run over their corpse and pick up their dog tag. And you have to pick up 3 dog tags without dying to get the kill streak, which is completely stupid and makes no sense. Why is it called a kill streak then? It's not really a kill streak. It should be a dog tag streak or something like that, because if you actually have good aim and kill somebody across the map, it doesn't count because you didn't pick up their dog tag. You didn't run over their corpse. That makes no sense. The only thing I can think about is they're trying to deter the campers who sit there and snipe the whole match from getting BS kill streaks, which is fine, but this isn't the way to do it, because the people who are actually trying to play the game, sometimes, you know, you're hiding in a corner and you have to shoot somebody. You're not going to run out there in the open to collect his dog tag. Obviously, the reason he got killed is because he was in the open and you killed him. So you're not going to run over his corpse and pick up his dog tag to get a kill streak. And they don't carry over between deaths. If you're going to have a mechanic like that, at least let them carry over between deaths, but they don't. And I don't think that there's really a way to avert campers. I think there's always going to be campers who abuse the system. And what's going to happen is people are going to have to decide that they actually want to play the multiplayer instead of abusing the multiplayer and being pussies. Is that going to happen? No, it's not. But I don't think there's a real fix for campers. I think that they're always going to be there, and you're just going to have to deal with it. If you're going to try to fix it, don't do it with this dog tag system. It's a joke. Other than that, it's basically Call of Duty with nano suit abilities. The armor, the stealth mode, the thermo camera. They've got your typical game modes, your team deathmatch, your free-for-all, and some of the other ones that I did not get to play. But they seem kind of parallel to like a Call of Duty. They've got one where you have to like drop alien pods or something like that, which kind of sounds like a domination. So, you know, the multiplayer actually is pretty decent, and I can see where it would be pretty fun. The maps are really good. I like the maps and stuff like that. And I think if you sit down and learn the maps and stuff, the multiplayer is probably pretty fun. It seems pretty balanced. Yeah, it's annoying to keep getting killed by people in cloak mode that you can't see, but at the same time your energy runs out pretty quick on that, so you know, it probably does take a little bit of skill to use it at proper times. You can't run around the entire match using it. So I think for the most part the multiplayer is probably pretty balanced, and it seems actually pretty good from that standpoint. Does it save the game? Absolutely not. Not even freaking close. But I think the multiplayer is, you know, worth playing. Again, interesting to note, it is an EA game, but you don't need an online pass. EA actually, or Crytek actually decided to not use the EA Online Pass, so even if you buy the game used, you can play the online without actually having to buy the code. So that's nice if you wanted to do that. But yeah, so how much time we have left in this part? We got enough time to actually finish it. Closing words, the game is awful. The campaign is awful. I went through it, like I said, every single level I could go through, from the characters to the plot to the level design to the graphics to the gameplay, everything I could go to. Basically ripped the game apart. I read you an IGN review, ripped that apart, prove to you that these game companies lie to the consumer. And you know, all I can say is that that people, for some reason though, your average gamer, are giving this game very high reviews, and I don't know why. It's got like a overall over 8. It's like an 8.1 review on GameFly, and you know, higher than that I believe on GameStop. So people for some reason are really liking this game. I don't know why. I mean, you've got myself, who plays a lot of first-person shooters. You've got DSP, who basically plays every game known to man. We're both playing the game. I didn't like it at all, and I haven't finished watching DSP's review, but or playthrough. But he doesn't seem to be enjoying it a whole hell of a lot either. There's a lot of things wrong with this game. Like I said, it's taking steps backwards instead of forwards in the FPS genre. Crytek really screwed themselves over. I don't know what the hell they were doing for 4 years making this game, but it's a joke. And it's pretty much an awful campaign. It's 10 hours of you know, frustration basically, and repetitive gameplay. So, bottom line is, finally I'm going to get to my rating, and it's going to be pretty low. For this game, I'm giving it a 3.0, and yeah, that low. It's a 3.0, taking into account campaign and multiplayer and everything else. It's just not a good game, and it's really kind of screwing people over who expected something out of this game that they aren't going to get. And it's a shame, because I was excited. I really thought that they were going to bring me into their franchise, and I was going to play, you know, the games coming up. By the way, there will definitely be a Crysis 3 based on the ending of Crysis 2. I will not be playing Crysis 3 unless they can prove to me that they've actually made a real game, because this, in my opinion, is not a real game, and I probably will not be playing Crysis 3. So, good job, Crytek. I'm going to get off camera here so I can give you a nice standing ovation for, you know, completely effing over the consoles, for doing a really shitty job of trying to integrate the console gamers into your game series. You didn't, and so you guys basically suck. And IGN, screw you as well, because you're lying to the consumer about this game. What you're saying about this game is not true even a little bit, and your rating of 9 out of 10 is complete crap, and the game doesn't deserve that high of a rating. So so you guys effed up, Crytek, you effed up, IGN, you effed up, and you know, the people who like this game, I have no idea why they like it, but hey, to each their own. And that's going to conclude the longest game review in history. But I hope now you guys understand why I do what I do, why I make these reviews so long and so thorough. I really hope that you understand now why I'm dedicated to giving you the reviews, so that you don't have to listen to this crap from IGN and all these other review companies who lie. So thank you guys for watching this very long review. A 3.0 for Crysis 2. The game sucks, and I basically wasted 10 hours of my life playing it. And by the way, just one last note, a little plug here. If you are interested in watching exactly what I'm talking about, how bad this game is, if you're like, wow, this game's this bad, I really got to see it in action. Of course, I have my entire campaign playthrough up on YouTube from part 1 all the way until the end. All 10 hours of awful gameplay is there for you to see. The complete rip-off of Hargreave from this game, from that character I spoke of earlier in the review from another game last year. Everything like that is in that campaign playthrough, so if you want to watch it and get some laughs and see exactly why I'm so angry about this game, please go watch my campaign playthrough on the channel. It's got live commentary, and of course, just like everything, and it's pretty funny. So, alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'm Voodoo 51292, and for now, keep on gaming.